I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin. In this video, we're going to have a look at the crypto market of today, specifically gaming, crypto, and launchpads. Bitcoin sitting at about $44,675. It did test the 45K, but wasn't able to breach it just now. Over the last 7 days, we see a clear linear upward trend, which definitely shows the potential of the recovery potentially of the market, right? We're not there yet. Definitely, if we show the monthly graph, we can see this point was met before on like a ridiculously quick pump earlier this month, 1st and 2nd of March, basically. But now that linear upward trend does feel really good, of course. If we zoom out, however, you can see that this point where we're currently at was met 4 times before, coming down. And if we look at basically, well, not the all-time chart, maybe the yearly chart, we're still very much down from that 65K, 67K point mark. However, let's just say how it is a good sign to see the crypto market moving like this. Fear and greed index on 47, going into the neutral space from extreme fear last month, extreme fear last week to fear yesterday, now neutral, which is obviously a good sign as well. So definitely that consistent pump, not just one day, but like basically slowly over the last 4 days primarily, has done very well for the market. If we look at what the actual results of this Bitcoin pump is relative to the rest of the market, we see Ethereum above $3,000, $3,150, and we see all of the other coins pumping as well. Some more, some less. For example, Ethereum Classic making 78% gain over the last 7 days. And we can definitely see some big boys like Axie Infinity on 44.19, 23.62, 30.4. So definitely what we're used to seeing in the crypto space, ridiculous gains as soon as Bitcoin starts to build momentum. 41%. But obviously we see these gains on the way up, and we also see disasters on the way down, right? So it's not only positive. These coins are still in recovery mode. When we have a look at the gaming coins, not the launchpads yet, the gaming coins first, we basically see Decentraland holding strong with basically the highest current market cap, about $5 billion. 2.69. Axie Infinity basically taking over Sandbox. Sandbox sitting at about 4 billion. Axie Infinity now 4.3 billion, making that run after that basically tremendous gain, 44.83%, because of the new module of Axie Infinity actually launching today or yesterday, I believe. I'm not really too sure. Perhaps yesterday. Apecoin basically stable for now. Obviously sitting at a really high valuation, but it does show what it might do in the future, right? Because if you launch in the bearish market and you have a $3.6 billion market cap, then what can you actually do when this turns into a full-on gaming bull market? Probably 10 billion, right? Gala sitting at about 1.8 on 25 cents. So that's been going up, but relatively quietly. Are there other interesting tokens we're looking at? Illuvium not doing too much. Ultra not doing too much. Yield Guild Games not doing too much. So it's definitely important to note it's not pumping all around, right? Vulcan, definitely a good increase, 21% as well. My Neighbor Alice, 18%. And you can definitely see a pattern in the projects that always recover well, but also crash hard when the crash is imminent. Tethan Arena, 35.02%. Definitely a huge pump. But example, Cedify as the launchpad, but they are in the gaming category as well, not doing so well. Merit Circle, good pump. Alien World, good pump. Wilder World, not so strong, but we have also seen it not go down that much. So it definitely went down, but not as significant as other ones. Krabata, one of my AVAX chain favorites. Again, strong pump. Basically called that low point at 80 cents. 120 right now, definitely good gains. Veracity, slow gains, but at least steady. Definitely usually see quite a drawback on Veracity as well, so don't focus too much. Mines, 32, so that's really good, although today it's a little bit less, but Guildfy barely, well, I say barely doing anything relative to everything else that is pumping, right? So the 11% is still quite relevant here. Splinterlands, nothing. What else do we have on our list? GameFi, obviously huge pump. Star Atlas, good pump. Gods Unchained, huge pump. And these are the pumps these are like the recovery pumps, right? So definitely when that pattern continues, when Bitcoin goes to 50K, we will see days where that happens again. Maybe Gods Unchained will pull another 70%. And that's the way we have seen losses like 5% loss, 2% loss, 1% loss, 3% loss consistently across like 60, 90 days. And it can be recuperated in like 1 week, right? With these major pumps. But the question is, how consistent is that? Because the money, the liquidity has to come from somewhere to basically purchase all these coins, right? So do keep that in mind. It's not only all the way up. What goes up must come down at some point, right? Sinverse, which was basically Sin City before, very minor traction. Soul Chicks, very minor traction, basically nothing, right? Then what else do we have? Senet, seeing no pump, where I believe Sidus saw a huge pump, but basically there was an influencer promoting it today, caused a huge pump, and obviously at the same time caused a huge dump. Let me see if Sidus Heroes, I think it was on the first page actually. Is Sidus on the first page? Let's see. Yeah, here it is. So it did make a huge gain, and again it's dumping, right? People, that's just an influencer pump. It goes up and then it crashes again. Look at the volume increase. That basically tells you what's going on. All the volume also happening on like non-special exchanges. There's no new connection, so this will basically crash back. People who were in on the announcement could basically catch the pump, and then everybody else who got in get wrecked. So definitely not good for the longevity of the project. If this was a paid shout out by Sidus, they definitely made a mistake there, in my opinion. You don't want to do that stuff. There's literally no use in short-term pumps on your token. All right, Legends of Fantasy War, disaster. Fear actually gaining quite well, so that's good to see as of late. So it wasn't in the actual run, it actually happened today. What else do we have, which is interesting? Do we have Aspo World down more, Suki MOBA down more? You can see these market caps already extremely low, right? So when you go into the lower market caps, it appears that there's quite a pattern. The higher the market cap, we see some better gains, but obviously these games as well, when I mentioned before, the liquidity has to come from somewhere, right? So Neneco basically seeing a huge pump today after being down to about 5 cents. But look at how much it has gone down over time, right? So that huge 30% pump is only beneficial for people that just got in, which I haven't actually looked at the Neneco. I'm more looking at the bigger plays right now. But yeah, definitely something to consider. NFT Worlds also today down, but at least a little bit up. Outer Ring up. Nakamoto Games up. Network stable. Duelist King down. Altura obviously on the pump. Wonder Hero slight pump. Magicraft slight pump. Right, when I say slight pump, again relative to the market, how the market behaves. With Sardia, good launch at least. I don't know what the actual IDO price was, but if they pumped, well, this is maybe just the pump of the actual listing. Yeah, it's just the pump of the listing, so ignore that. It's not actually where they started. But they have 1 million in volume, so it's decent. Mobland, not doing anything, right? They have basically no game and no announcements, so... Ducky Land, not doing anything. Just keeping stable. At least stable is better than decline, right? So do keep that in mind, even in the current conditions. Projects that pump highly on the launch must come down a little bit for a normal correction. People start to take some profits, but definitely the crypto gaming market is looking really, really good for what has been performed so far. So obviously the first signal of somewhat of a recovery for Bitcoin, and the gaming crypto performs really well. So definitely bullish on that. And we can see that Bitcoin right now dropping a little bit, not being able to be pushed through. So again, it was 44982 and 44955 is unable to push through towards that 50k basically, and now it's like going down quite a bit faster after testing that barrier there. When we go to the actual launch pads, obviously with the green numbers we see some green opportunities, but we also have some losers here. So UFO Gaming, strong pump, Super Farm, slide pump. We do have some decent traction, but nothing too crazy on Seedified. It has to make like a lot more gains. Paid network, straight disappointment. Even on the pump, it's not performing well. Polka Foundry also not performing well. Torum making a huge pump, so that's quite interesting. KCC Pad doing well. Game Zone doing well. Communities stable. Community is always stable. Pulse Pad, okay, not so good. Ideology, not so good. Phallus Pad down 40%, so that's definitely a strong decline. Nearpad 33%, and then when we go down, Fee Launch. I mean, I've never been a fan of Fee Launch. I've hated it since the start, and I've been open about it, and I gave my reasons why. But even at this price, it's at a fully diluted market cap of 350 million. It's obviously a fucking joke. This is a whole fucking jokester platform. It doesn't even qualify as a launchpad. They do like free token drops and shit, and all the projects that they launch get wrecked. So it makes no sense. MetaVPad down, pumped yesterday, down today. TronPad pumping. So the Bluezilla pads are definitely quite a mixture today. Of some are pumping, some are in the decline. MemePad showing stable, at least stable. I would say is better than a decline. AnyPad declining even further. Bin Starter basically getting annihilated by this bear, so another 22% down. Vulture Peak 36% down. Things are not looking too good for these launchpads that are already struggling, right? They can't seem to find their flow. True PNL down again. And there's not really any significant gainers. We can even filter it. So if we filter it on like the last 7 days, so Polka Bridge, GameFi, Torum, KCC Pad, Tron Pad, yeah, so you get some of the Bluezilla mix in there, Pools Finance, but we also have the biggest losers, right, which is like Phallus Pad, Vulture Peak, Nearpad, Adapad, Engine Starter, again at the bottom, 22% on the weekly. I mean, that's, to be fair, there's not much more to lose, right? I mean, like, they've gone down so fucking far from where they came. I mean, you came from like a 21 cent token to like a 1 cent token. You lost divided by 18, 19 of your value. That's crazy. I mean, I'm saying it's possible to regain it in a bull run, but I would assume you would want to gain in the bull run and not just go back to your previous situation. And I mean, Engine Starter is huge, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on the launchpad. I have barely any experience with the launchpad. I'm just looking at the token value right now relative to what they're doing, because some other launchpads must be doing some shit well, because they're pumping, right? So whether that are new projects, good launches, other methods that they use, do take that into consideration. So that's basically the gaming, the launch pads. Let's have a look at OpenSea, specifically the general overview, and then obviously the lands that I've been looking at lately. Bored at Yacht Club, 103 Ethereum. Take into consideration the price of Ethereum is up, right? So this is even more valuable than they were before. Mutant Apes 23, Asuki 16.9. Clonax 14.8, Bored Ape Kennel Club 8.7, Doodles 14.2, Artifact 6.25, Meebits 5.6, NFT Worlds 13.6, Motherfuckers 3.2, Bored Ape Chemistry Club, well, Metroverse, I've been looking at that, Zombie Club 3, Adidas pumping because of their announcement of their extended partnership with Animoca Brands and Bored Ape Yacht Club. So that actually went up, that pumped quite a bit. Invisible France 6.3, so that's holding up quite well in terms of the value. Then we got the Fee France 16, KG Kings 1.4, Mavia Land, which I also covered, almost 1 Ethereum, so that has definitely seen about a 20% pump since I made that video. Villages of Solo, that's basically Journey Club's project, which turned out to be quite a disaster. Just saying. Cyberconks 5.4, Carrefour 2.5. Alright, everything is looking quite good actually. Neo Tokyo Outer Identities pumping 2.9. That's the floor, right? Walking Dead 0.2. I don't know what the fuck that is. White Sands 0.91. And then the new one, Benji Bananas, which is like the game, I think, from Bored Ape Yacht Club, the mini game 0.24. Definitely a good look at the market right now. So if we go to the categories of the top NFTs and go to the virtual worlds, we basically have NFT worlds at the top currently, or consistently, I would say. It has double the volume than Sandbox. Sandbox been around for quite a while. NFT world still has the hype and the momentum going. World Wide Web Land there as well, which I covered in the video. Network Land still quite affordable, actually going down the floor price. So I'm definitely bullish on that one, because from all the reviews on the lands that I've done on this channel, and if you're interested in that, have a look, because most of the top 10 lands I have reviewed already. Network seemed the most interesting to me. Trevis Plots 1.9. Okay. And then other than that, the volume gets really low. So it's not really, it's basically in the top 10 where you want to look. But definitely interested to see the developments relative to what's happening in the crypto market on actual Bitcoin and the coin itself, relative to what's happening with the NFTs parallel to that. But as you can see, tremendous opportunities, right? Tremendous opportunities. One thing that might be funny that I can show you if I go to track digits, if I can log into my account, which I think I can. There's a huge update coming. If you're not into Digits Club, make sure to join through the link in the description so you can actually get the track digits update. But this is probably the Sidus Hero pump. So I had the token, Sidus Hero, it pumped and then it went down. And my portfolio is, I still have $18,000 worth of tokens to be vested. And that's not even all the tokens that I put in. But this is basically the tool that I use, or that I built to use to track the vesting. But you can also see the value swing, right? When that Sidus pump and perhaps all the other tokens pumped as well. I do have a lot of tokens in here. But yeah, good visualization. It will be hugely extended soon. And I know I said it before, but soon we try 1st of April to open up this tool for free for everybody. But you need to have the announcement. And to get the announcement, you need to be in the Digits Club Discord. So join through the link in the description, Digits Club Discord, go to the Track Digits channel and say that you're interested, and then we'll pick that up 1st of April, most likely. That's everything for today. More crypto gaming news coming soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.